OMG YouTube, bonjour, quelle heure est-il madame Persil? Il est 22h10 madame madame Chalet Suisse. OMG YouTube, c'est le moment du beurre frit. On va faire frire du beurre, on va regarder des gens qui font frire du beurre. Le chat est en émoi, tout le monde a voté pour ça. Les gens veulent voir du beurre frit. Et ils sont très heureux de voir le beurre frit, c'est le moment. C'est maintenant. Ouah! Merci Baba Yogot. Oh bah incroyable, ça commence par des gens qui donnent de l'argent. Oui, YouTube, donnez de l'argent vous aussi. Donnez de l'argent, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner à la chaîne, à vous abonner sur Twitch. Merci beaucoup pour les... J'ai pas vu combien c'est que t'as donné. J'ai juste vu que t'as donné, mais merci beaucoup. Le beurre frit du coup, qui est une spécialité de la foire du Texas. Et on est avec un mec que j'aime beaucoup. On avait déjà fait un truc avec lui un peu, à un moment, sur... la bouffe incroyable qu'on a dans les foires aux États-Unis. Et on s'est arrêté juste avant le beurre frit. Je vous remets le contexte YouTube, ne vous inquiétez pas. Ce mec-là, qui est l'américain le plus américain que vous connaissez, avec son bandana rouge et son gomuscu, il a une émission où il va dans les grandes fers, donc les grandes foires de fêtes foraines, et il goûte toutes les bouffes les plus bizarres, les plus décadentes, les plus malsaines, les plus grasses, les plus en fait. On a vu des gens qui font des sandwichs avec du poulet frit entre deux donuts frits. On a vu des gens qui prenaient des cornichons qui faisaient frire dans une pâte de jambon. On a vu des jambes de dinde entières que tu manges comme as. On a vu des seaux de 5 kilos de frites qui baignaient dans du gras. On a vu énormément de choses. Et là c'est le moment. Attention, c'est le moment.
This is the State Fair of Texas, a breeding
On est au Texas.
culinary experimentation.
It's like
On est au Texas.
beef in it. Am I gonna actually taste the beef?
Of course.
Bonbon au bœuf. Ça commence bien.
America's latest unhealthy, high-calorie obsession.
You invented fried butter?
Le beurre frit.
Test this online.
I dare them.
Time to see which of these foods will become the next American staple. Let's go.
Alors, pourquoi on commence?
At the State Fair of Texas, when you check out fair food menus, you'll sometimes notice these rare badges. That means these foods are contest winners, recognized as being the most delicious or creative by the Big Tex Choice Award. It works.
Donc ça veut dire que la foire, elle fait un concours chaque année où ils mettent des prix genre le plus délicieux, le plus le plus inventif, le plus ceci, le plus cela. Là on a par exemple à gauche les deep fried gumbo balls qui en plus c'est sûrement très bon. C'est le plus goûteux dans la catégorie des salés, et à droite deep fried seafood gumbo balls, c'est aussi les plus créatifs. Donc très bien, très bien. Et du coup pourquoi il parle de ça?
Here there are 10 nominees and 1 winner in the categories of Best Savory Food.
Oh, ok, 11 nominés et 3 gagnants. Donc le meilleur salé, le meilleur sucré et le plus créatif. Ok, il n'y a que 3 catégories, d'accord.
Creative food. Here,
Ok.
4 awards, including 2 just this year.
Ruth, you ready?
Yes.
I want to give you a handshake, but I don't want to throw you off balance.
We could stand here and shake all day.
First of all, you're almost 88 years old.
Yes.
People who are tired,
88 ans et elle bouffe ça. Hein.
are they losers?
Well, I wouldn't say
Oh, okay, I'm
that.
sorry.
No.
Her shop opened at this fair in 1988. Back then, she was specializing in tamales. Over time, her menu expanded, and so did her accolades.
We made the finalists for the savory and the
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
brittle. It's my sweet, crispy, crazy corn. The savory.
Je comprends rien à ce que je vois.
They were both finalists.
I want to talk about some of these menu items because I am so excited. The first thing I saw on your menu
Brisket, brittle. Le brisket, du coup, c'était de la viande de bœuf, je crois, coupée en fines tranches, cuite un peu en mode vapeur.
was the brisket
C'est très bon.
griddle.
Yes.
Now,
Et le brittle, du coup, c'est genre du miel avec des petites noix dedans qui s'effrite et qui fait des bonbons. Du coup, les deux ensemble, j'ai déjà du mal à comprendre.
I've had peanut brittle, and I love peanut brittle. But what is a brisket brittle?
Instead of the peanuts, add the brisket. Oh, flavorful. Oh, yes.
Can you do that in anything? Could I do that with a Snickers bar? Take out the peanuts and put in brisket?
Peanut brittle,
Elle a pas répondu.
usually embedded with peanuts. Here,
Oui, voilà, c'est ça. Le brittle, c'est du miel et du beurre de cacahuète pour faire un truc un peu solide avec des petits cacahuètes entières dedans que tu croques comme ça. C'est très très bon. Pour l'instant, non, c'est pas de la merde. Pour l'instant, c'est très très bon. Le peanut brittle, c'est très très bon. Par contre, avec du brisket, donc avec de la viande de bœuf fumée.
instead of peanut, they use Texas beef brisket.
Am I gonna actually taste the beef?
Of course.
Peanut peanut brittle, to me, it's like a Christmas confection. I'm here in Texas, and this brittle is filled with brisket. Hold on, is this brisket? It's very brittle. Did I mention it's in a boot?
J'avais pas vu que c'était dans une putain de botte de Yankee. Je les adore, je suis désolé, je les adore. Ils sont tellement eux-mêmes que je les adore.
Piece, you can see little fossilized pieces of brisket inside. It's sweet, it's crunchy, and then it's sticky after that. And the briskets release their own flavor crystal, filled with smokiness and barbecue-ness. I'm like Calvin now, just adding ness to the end of words where it doesn't make any sense.
Après le chat, entre nous, moi je le déglingue. Parce que le truc très sucré comme ça, tu rajoutes du salé et un peu de fumée dedans, un peu de barbecue, ça peut être vraiment bon. Moi j'ai un peu la vision, je comprends que ça marche. Et je pense que j'aimerais bien. Faut goûter pour voir, mais je pense que j'aimerais bien. En vrai, ça se tente. Bah, je suis un peu d'accord, hein.
This is brilliant. I never would have thought to put these two together. They took a holiday treat and they Texasified it.
This year, the brisket brittle was nominated for Best Street Food. They were also nominated for the
Ah oui.
take on the taco.
That's so state fair friendly. You can walk with the cone and you have a full meal.
Okay, how many bites do you think that will take me?
It's a pretty good meal.
I have a pretty big mouth.
Attends, du coup, c'est un cône de glace dans lequel il y a du riz.
Taco cone starts with 2 scoops of cilantro rice placed deep inside the cone, then a plop of black beans. Layered on top,
Ça, c'est les haricots, du coup.
barbacoa, a type of slow-cooked beef. Next,
Ensuite, ça, c'est le bœuf.
pico de gallo, then a sprinkle of cheese. A lime
Pico de gallo, donc du coup, les petits légumes. Un peu de fromage, un citron. En vrai, j'ai la vision de fou. C'est vraiment un burrito, mais présenté comme un cornet de glace. J'ai la vision de fou. C'est un nachos roulé, oui, pardon. Mais en vrai, ça a l'air vraiment bien, premier degré. J'ai un peu envie de faire ça chez moi. Ça, c'est un banger, on est d'accord, ça, c'est un vrai banger. Et le côté trompe-l'œil, pour du coup, avec le fait que ce soit les haricots dans une boule, etc., pour faire vraiment boule de glace, ça, je trouve ça vraiment rigolo.
wedge,
Vous voyez qu'ils sont forts, les ricains.
jalapeno sauce.
Capote jalapeno.
This is about kind of a bizarre food delivery. Usually, a taco is going to be inside of a taco. When I was in Korea a while ago, I had a pizza cone, and it was just a very doughy cone that held all the pizza ingredients. But here, this is a taco cone. It's based off a hard shell. On top, they have a lime for its nice.
Par contre, ça va être chiant à manger. Comment tu le manges? Ah, ça a l'air d'aller.
Oh, the meat is so smoky and rich. This is delicious. You have to be careful because some of the wet taco ingredients will start rushing down. That's
Ah, bah oui.
on there, but I wanted to show you. What? There's more layers. It just keeps going forever. We got some nice beans. A couple other things to note about the taco.
En vrai, ça a l'air bien.
$18. That's not nothing.
18 $. Ah oui, non. Attends, vous savez quoi? 18 $. Attends. 17 €. Waouh! Ah, c'est beaucoup. C'est beaucoup 17 balles quand même, hein. Mais bon, ok, on se dit que vas-y, c'est once in a lifetime, c'est aux USA, les salaires sont plus hauts, en plus c'est dans une fête foraine, vas-y, ok.
I have to put a second mortgage on the house that I don't own at all, actually. But I gotta say, for $18, they're not skimping. This is legitimately heavy. It's super fun to eat, but you gotta be quick. If you wait too long, all those beautiful juices are gonna leak out the bottom.
Ok, bon, ça a l'air marrant à faire chez soi en vrai. Oh, des nachos!
Experts here know some of the best food is hiding inside.
This is our first time being indoors so far, and I like it because of the air conditioning.
Here in Texas.
This food court,
Ils ont des restaurants avec la clim en intérieur dans la foire, c'est une dinguerie.
different vendors, all with their own unique menus. So competition is fierce.
You can't start with corn dogs. That's been here for 60 years. You can't have funnel cakes, pizza.
But true heroes rise up and thrive in the face of adversity. Over time, hidden gems have come to reveal themselves.
Chris, put her there.
Hi.
Meet Chris, owner of Scrumptious Pie Shakes.
How long have you been here?
10 years.
C'est quoi un pie shake? C'est un milkshake avec tous les trucs d'une tarte dedans? Zemmour 2027. Zemmour 2027, oui, t'inquiète, ça va arriver, t'inquiète. 7%. 7%. Voilà.
Trying to be accepted as a vendor.
When you apply, do you apply with like one food or a whole concept?
You apply with a concept, but the concept has to be anchored in something unique. Our unique item in our restaurant is pie shakes. Make a shake out of a piece of pie.
What do you put it in a blender?
They put it in a blender.
With ice cream?
Yeah, exactly.
I might need to get that too. Yeah, let's talk about the
Attends, donc c'est vraiment une tarte avec la pâte et tout, avec de la glace dans un blender et tu fais un milkshake avec ça, ça a l'air un peu rigolo.
This Easter egg, this is what caught my eye, and this is why we're here today.
This was in the semifinals this year of the Big Tex Choice Awards.
For the savory category.
That's correct.
Okay.
The Texas Easter egg.
Oh.
Looking at it, you may not be surprised to know this did not plop out of a bird, or an Easter bunny for that matter.
Texas Easter egg is essentially a deep fried jalapeno popper with a few extra things.
Wow, and you fit all that inside.
That's right.
Attends, fais voir. C'est quoi leur Easter egg?
Cheddar cheese, beef brisket,
Donc, cream cheese, cheddar, petite mozzarella aussi, brisket, ok.
green chilies, jalapeno
Bacon, piment, jalapeno
Tex-Mex seasoning. All that is for
et assaisonnement. Ok. En vrai, ça a l'air bon, hein.
the egg in egg yolk. Then coat it in a layer of breadcrumbs.
C'est du fromage, un peu de viande et des piments, ça peut être super bon, hein.
The marketing is brilliant. This could have been
Non, la glace, c'est pour autre chose. On n'y est pas encore.
a cube, it could have been a rhombus. You chose the egg shape, and then you put kind of a pastel color on top. How'd you think
Et c'est quoi les sauces?
Just a genius.
Okay.
C'est quoi les sauces? C'est joli.
A drink. This is a shake that they put a whole pie into, and I was hoping to see the whole pie go into a blender, but they blended it off premises, unfortunately. Oh, wow. It's so thick, like a Wendy's Frosty, but it tastes so much better. Oh, hi. There's a little bit of caramel. It's creamy, it's chocolatey.
Ok. Bah, en vrai, s'il y a genre de la pâte et tout, ça peut être super bon, hein.
Set me up perfectly for my savory treat right here. The red is so bright. It's pink, yellow, blue. I mean, this is
Ah, c'est de la sauce ranch avec des colorants. Ok.
with normally. It's kind of like a big meat oval. Whoa. Oh, I taste cream cheese,
Ah bah oui, ça a l'air bon.
bacon, meat.
Ça a l'air vraiment bon.
A little bit of an exterior that's kind of crunchy. It's just holding everything together, like a thin breading. There's some strong ranch flavors in there too. Even more ranch.
Ah bah oui, ça a l'air vraiment bon.
I think I overdid the ranch. It looks great, but that was a lot of ranch. It's one of the most unique foods I've ever seen. It's incredible that they've done this by hand. They take these kind of loose, creamy ingredients, bread them, and fry them while making them pretty much look like eggs. I mean, it's kind of a messed up egg. Like if I was a chicken, I'd probably lay something like that. That'd be my best effort. Let's go!
Our next
Les œufs, en vrai, j'ai envie de les refaire chez moi maintenant parce qu'ils ont l'air vraiment bien.
tab came up with a menu item so good it won 2 out of 3 categories in the same year.
Another food vendor, another food.
Oula, ah non, ça va être catastrophique. Les sandwichs de gaufres là, ça va être catastrophique. Attention, vous êtes prêts?
It was created by this guy, Tom Grace, the owner of Pizza and Funnel Cake Fingers, a 28-year-old business that started exclusively at the fair but now operates as a catering company during the off-season. Their pretzel,
Wow.
hot-selling item,
Guys,
that was until they invented this.
this is one of the most unique foods I've ever seen. The funnel cake bacon queso burger. 5 words.
Attendez, parce que funnel cake, déjà, nous, on n'a pas ça. C'est genre, c'est des trucs de pâte. C'est genre, tu prends de la pâte dans une poche à douille, tu fais une sorte de nid de pigeon, si tu veux, avec la forme, et ensuite tu fais frire ça. Et du coup, c'est pas mauvais, c'est juste... Moi, je trouve que c'est un peu comme les churros sont moins bons, si vous voulez. Mais du coup, ils ont fait un burger. Non, c'est pas un bretzel, non, parce que c'est de la pâte à gâteau. C'est de la pâte à gâteau, c'est pas de la pâte à pain. Ils ont fait un burger avec des funnel cakes, une pâtie du coup de bœuf, du cheddar, du bacon entre des funnel cakes avec du sucre. C'est une dinguerie.
One great food.
It's a burger that contains a freshly grilled beef patty and crispy bacon. But instead of a typical bread bun, they make their own burger-sized funnel cake buns.
Everybody loves funnel cake. Funnel cake is like a fair classic. It's fried dough and it's a dessert, but that's the funny thing. This has won an award for best savory food. So I don't know how they decided how to distinguish it. Is it sweet? Is it savory? It's a little bit of both.
Next, the funnel cake, a burger patty, and the bacon are doused with queso. A liquid Tex-Mex cheese dip. Finally, sprinkle the whole thing with powdered sugar.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Ça, je peux pas, tu vois, par exemple. Ça c'est vraiment, c'est compliqué. Déjà, les waffles sandwich, j'avais du mal.
Yes.
Mais là, c'est... Au goût, ça va sûrement être très bon, mais genre, prends une bouchée, quoi.
If you breathe in while you're taking a bite, you will choke to death and die. And rest in peace. I'm gonna squeeze it together so I can try to get my mouth around it. I see cheese, beef, bacon, and funnel cake in one bite. I'm going for it.
Surtout qu'il n'y a même pas une petite tomate, un bout de salade, quelque chose. Après, le bruit est bien.
I dropped a little bit. Oh lordy. There's so much happening right now. That bacon is juicy. Right here, one side powdered sugar, the other side queso. How's that make you feel? Conflicted? Not me. That's delicious. No. This costs $13. I've already dropped $3 of it. I need to be careful. Isn't it?
$13. Ah, c'est moins cher déjà. $13, ça fait combien en euros du coup? $13. Franchement, 12 balles pour un truc dans ce contexte-là, franchement, c'est pas si cher. Hein. Non, c'est pas celui-là, c'est lui que je cherchais. 12 balles. C'est pas si cher. Franchement, ça va.
We got beef, bacon. We have the bun still intact. This is why I come to state fairs, for experiences like this. You're not gonna find this at a mainstream burger chain. They're gonna do a bunch of R&D. They're gonna find out that Frank from Oklahoma doesn't really like the crunch because it cuts the roof of his mouth, and then they're gonna change everything. But here, they don't care about Frank. Frank can go back to Oklahoma. We're in Texas.
Our next unique food creation is something so unhealthy, I can't even believe it exists. I'm talking about fried butter.
Abel?
Yes.
Ah, on y est, le beurre frit, c'est maintenant.
Here
Le
yesterday,
beurre frit, c'est maintenant.
their famous PB&J.
Powdered sugar will choke you every time.
Made and invented by Abel Gonzalez Jr., the owner of this here stand.
Today, I'm on the search for the best and most bizarre foods. I'm talking fried butter.
Fried butter.
That's gonna be my main course. I heard you also have fried
Coke.
from Colombia?
No, not that kind of Coke.
Coca-Cola?
Like Coca-Cola.
Coke. How do you fry a liquid?
It took me a little bit.
Il a du coca frit. Attendez, mon cerveau, il a bugué là. Il fait frire du coca. Mais attendez, quoi?
Not the smartest person in the world. But you can't put a liquid inside a hot fryer or else you have some sort of an explosion. You get burnt a little bit.
You tried this.
Ouais.
Tried it. I trial and error.
Here he starts with the dough, mixed with Coke flavoring and Coke syrup. That dough gets deep fried and topped with whipped
Ok, c'est juste de la pâte avec du goût coca que tu fais frire.
finally cinnamon sugar and a wee slice of strawberry,
La cannelle.
of vitamin C.
Here, diet. No, I almost said
Ah, c'est juste des beignets goût coca. Ah oui, bon, c'est nul.
Coke Zero. It was
C'est nul.
not that. This is fried Coke. This has been topped with whipped cream. They put a strawberry slice, and I dropped it. Produce is very expensive this time of year.
Bah oui, mais c'est nul à chier.
Abel. What? I don't know how he's doing this. This is some sorcery. This is blowing my mind. It's
Mais
basically
il a juste mis de l'arôme dedans, c'est nul à chier.
there are some deep fizzy Coca-Cola flavors inside. How is that possible? I don't know. I'm trying to deconstruct it and understand it, but it's bending my mind.
Oui, t'as de l'arôme artificiel, on a compris.
Oh, he did it. I mean, look inside. It just looks like bread. I don't even know where Coke gets its flavor from. I do believe they have Coke mines in Africa. It's very controversial, but that's not why we're even here. We're here for the unhealthiest food in
Oui.
America.
Enfin, le beurre frit, c'est maintenant. Vous êtes prêts?
I want to know, when you started out, what was the first menu item that you had that made you stand out?
I was just trying to do everything that I could to make something stick, and pretty much nothing was sticking until fried PB&J, and then fried butter. I invented fried butter.
You invented fried butter?
I invented fried butter.
No one's going to contest this online.
I dare them.
You are oozing with confidence.
Ce mec, donc, c'est le mec qui a inventé le beurre frit. Vraiment, on en est là. Hein.
2 ingredients, a butter cube and dough. The butter is placed in the center of the dough to form a dough ball. That gets deep fried
Donc, ils prennent des carrés de beurre, enfin des cubes de beurre qu'ils entourent de pâtes et qui passent à la friteuse.
for a few minutes.
Juste pendant quelques minutes.
Cinnamon sugar and this hard
Ensuite, un peu de sucre et de miel et de cannelle, bien sûr.
biscuit is ready to go.
It's become like a state fair staple. You go to any fair, they're gonna have fried butter.
So people are just copying what you did,
It used to bother me, but now fried butter is gonna outlive me, and that's pretty cool. I like it.
especially if you keep eating fried butter. Ooh, sorry, that was too honest. I'm sorry.
That was harsh.
I know you're not supposed to wait too long. They give you 4 of them. It seems like a good deal for about $8. Fried butter at the state fair.
$8. Attendez, donc ça coûte combien pour avoir 4 petits trucs comme ça? 7,30 €. Ah, c'est un peu cher quand même.
Here we go. Oh, hot. Is the butter completely broken down and melted and like liquefied, or is it?
So when you bite into it, you're gonna squirt butter.
Oh, There's sugar on top. There's honey on top. There's a major sweetness factor, but inside that butter.
Regardez ça. Le beurre.
Well, mainly in my mouth. Wait, is it in your mouth too? That was it. That was the moment. It gushed everywhere. That butter, you could dip crab legs into that butter. It was very hot. Just hot enough. It didn't burn my mouth off. I still have all my...
Quel enfer.
Delicious. I don't know if you guys are butter fiends like me. I love butter, and it's gotten me into a little bit of trouble in my life here and there. I've gone to weddings where I publicly have been judged by how much butter I was putting on my dinner rolls, and I thought I was at a wedding and it was all free, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Here, this invention of his is gonna outlive him, and it's gonna outlive basically anybody who eats this type of food, for obvious reasons. On to the next location.
Oh là là, bon. Quel enfer. L'interrogatif, non, c'est pas interrogatif, c'était juste parce que c'est rigolo. Après, un truc rigolo, je comprends un peu, mais genre, il y a des mecs qui le vendent, des gens qui l'achètent et tout. En fait, c'est que si c'était juste des gens qui s'amusent à faire ça dans leur cuisine parce qu'ils trouvent ça rigolo, je suis en mode oui, bon. Là, il y a un mec qui a fait sa renommée dessus. Les gens qui sont déplacés pour en manger. Wow. J'espère que les gens vont bien.
Everything today has built up to this moment right here. I'm here to talk about your savory balls.
All right.
Meet Greg. His parents, Norma and Robert Parrish, earned their booth here in 1985. Gourmet Royale, 99 years after the first fair took place in Dallas.
It all started with popcorn. My dad opened a popcorn store, and over time, we just introduced unique items to the menu.
But you guys have a lot more accolades than that.
Yeah.
Greg has a long ball history, starting with the fried chicken Alfredo balls that were nominated for an award but didn't win in 2019.
Attends, je comprends pas ce que c'est du coup.
Gold twice.
We won 2 awards.
C'est juste des bowls?
Most creative and best tasting savory for our deep fried seafood gumbo.
Ah non, bowls, c'est des boules de trucs frits. Ok.
3 awards, 66% of the total available awards.
Right.
Gumbo is a heavily seasoned stew famous in New Orleans. It combines several varieties of meat and seafood. I got to see it with the Gumbo Queen myself.
Where's your recipe book? Oh, it's in there.
Ok.
The stew, he takes all the ingredients from the recipe, including rice, chicken, panko breadcrumbs, a homemade roux, shrimp, and andouille sausage. He mixes it all together and rolls it into a ball.
How do you keep that bound together?
With the combination of the rice, the roux, and the panko breadcrumbs. It creates an adhesive for the meat and everything to stick together.
And from that point, you
Yeah.
just throw it in the fryer.
Well, no.
No.
Coat the ball with flour, then an egg wash, then treat it in some panko breadcrumbs before frying.
Ok, donc c'est tous les ingrédients du gumbo que tu mets en boule pour le bouffer et le faire frire ensuite. Oui, pourquoi pas.
The goal was to have 100,000 gumbo balls made by the opening day. So we have been working
Ça peut être bon, hein.
since July.
Wow.
Finally, a miniature cup of gumbo stew is served on the side.
Ok, en vrai, ouais.
Today, a bizarre food indeed, a stew that has been turned into a fried ball. As we tour the basket, we have some actual soup with the crab legs in it. Tabasco, that is not ketchup. Tabasco, saltines, because a lot of people like to put saltines in the soup. And then over here we have fried okra. Huh?
Ah, les okras, c'est bon.
Delicious. I don't know what seasonings they put on there. It's not just okra and breading. It's got some delicious flavors coming through.
Ça, c'est vraiment bon.
Gumbo. I've got a bay leaf still in the soup, and I'm gonna give this a little bit of a sip.
Ah bah le gumbo, c'est bon.
Wow.
Le gumbo, c'est toujours bon.
Oily and savory. Tastes like a little bit more like a condensed gumbo. The first
Oh.
balls is the heft. There's a lot of weight to them. Okay, these are not filled with air like Lay's potato chips. I'm just gonna take a big bite and see what happens. Oh my god. It's very...
Ok, non, si c'est bien. Non, c'est vraiment bien.
There's just so much meat.
T'en veux.
This is probably one of the most powerful balls I've ever held in my hands. Oh yes.
C'est les plus grosses boules que j'ai tenues dans mes mains, d'accord. T'as un truc à nous avouer ou... Ok.
I love the crust on the outside. It just gives it a little bit of a shell, and you can crunch through that. It's a really interesting, good idea. I think to be a winner, to be a standout at a fair, you have to have something that's a little bit familiar, but a little bit new. So they took something everybody knows and everybody loves, gumbo. And then they just kind of reconstructed.
Ok.
They changed the configuration.
Oui, le côté un peu déconstruit, reconstruit dans une boule. C'est un peu marrant, c'est un peu ludique.
Popcorn to
Ça
some
m'étonne qu'il ait pas encore foutu sur un bâton en mode à manger comme ça.
1,000 of these balls in 1 month at this state fair. That's incredible.
100 000 boules par mois, c'est beaucoup.
So that is the most strange, most bizarre, unique food I could find here at the State Fair of Texas. But for me, there can only be one most unique, unique, strange, lovely creation in my
Ah, l'élection du coup du truc le plus bizarre et le plus étrange et le plus unique, je pense le beurre frit. Hein.
creation that nearly stopped my heart, and that is fried butter.
Bah oui, évidemment. En termes de trucs uniques, tu peux pas tester.
Moment. Someone making fresh baked bread and putting on nice soft butter that's just barely melted. That really specific moment that you only get to experience a few hundred times in your life. They've narrowed it down to a special fair bite that you can purchase for only $8.
Today I'm taking
Et on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Merci YouTube, 25 minutes, c'est très bien pour une capsule. YouTube, abonnez-vous, lâchez un pouce, venez sur Twitch, donnez-moi de l'argent, j'ai un Ko-fi bien sûr, et dans la description. Et je vous fais des bisous YouTube, tchuss.